Others were Algerian, just for our audience to understand. I want to play a clip of religious scholar Reza Aslan on Meet the Press this weekend discussing the roots of extremist ideology.
Whether we're talking about Boko Haram or ISIS or Al-Qaeda or the Taliban, all of these have as their source a single sect, Wahhabism, the state religion of Saudi Arabia. And as most people know, Saudi Arabia has spent approximately $100 billion over the last 20, 30 years spreading this ideology throughout the world.
Chris, do you agree that Wahhabism is the true culprit when it comes to religiously motivated acts committed in the name of Islam?
No. I've been around these groups, and they have a very superficial understanding of their own religion. Just like Christian fundamentalists, they know a few slogans, they know a bit of jargon, but it is really about the attempt to sacralize rage and violence, which I don't think is supported in traditional Islam at all. I remember, for instance, in the war in Bosnia, being with a battalion who were supposedly all shaheeds, which means holy warriors, and they were all wearing green bandanas around their foreheads, and they found out that I'd been in the Middle East, and it turns out I was the only one in the entire group who'd read the Quran. So I just don't buy this thing that the origins of this come out of any kind of religious belief at all. And I think as long as we follow that track, we are just going to fuel the kind of racism and intolerance that creates this. It comes out of primarily economic and personal despair. And if you go back and read the great writers on totalitarianism, whether Fritz Stern's The Politics of Cultural Despair, Hannah Arendt, The Origins of Totalitarianism, and others, despair is what propels people into a world of fantasy, this binary Manichaean view where it's the pure versus the impure, good versus evil, that you're anointed to change history, that all non-believers, whatever the ideology, are contaminants that have to be violently eradicated. This is endemic to any radical kind of belief system, religious or non-religious. I mean, the Red Brigades, for instance, had much the same viewpoint. So I think that by looking at particular religious sects, we neglect the real engines of this kind of violence, which are cultural and economic.
Right. It's not Wahhabism that's causing people to strap bombs on themselves. It's the